So this video is about the marker technique for saving time while editing. And essentially while doing our A-cut, we want to be thinking about the sorts of B-roll, i.e. the video, the footage over the top of the video, or like the text flying in, or like images of books coming onto the screen. We want to sort of be thinking about how we might be doing that as we're doing our A-cut. And actually we sort of want to be thinking about it even before, while we're planning the video, even before shooting it, so that we can formulate our filming, formulate our edit based on what we know is going to be happening on screen. So there were a few instances in this video where I have recorded B-roll alongside, which I'll show you a little bit later on in the course. But the marker technique basically involves, like, while we are setting up our A-cuts. Okay, so here I've mentioned there's this like boardgamegeek.com forum for board games as well. And while I'm watching this in my A-cut, I'm kind of thinking at this point it would be kind of useful to just add, you know, a screenshot of boardgamegeek.com or whatever that thing is, or just like a bit of text with a link in it, just because it just adds a bit of masala, a bit of spice to the video. Otherwise, it's just me talking to a camera all the time, which is fine. And that's fine if that's what you want to do on YouTube, but I just think it just makes for a more interesting video if you can add B-roll segments in and out of the video. And someone like Philip DeFranco does this really well. His whole videos, he does a daily news show every single day. That's what daily means. And he's talking to the camera for the whole thing, but you actually get lots and lots of B-roll elements. You get stuff and images and photos of people flying on and off the screen, which just makes it a much more engaging experience to watch. The idea behind the marker technique is that as we're watching our A-roll and as we're setting in and out points, for example, and people were like, this is like the best thing ever. And there's this like boardgamegeek.com forum for board games as well. At that point, while I'm watching that before, like while assembling my A-cut, I'm thinking, oh, it would be nice to have a link to that. So I'm just going to hit the M key, and the M creates a marker on that particular bit of the clip. And that tells me, and actually if I just go on a bit, everyone was raving about this, hit the out point, I'm just going to add it as a cue to a random point in this video, i.e. above the storyline, just because we don't actually need it. You'll see that the marker stays in the video while it's on the main timeline. And so the idea is that over time, as I'm creating my A-cut, I'm marking points where roughly I want to be adding stuff to it. So that means when I'm then looking through my video again, I will have various points, for example, where I can just see when I'm doing my B-roll, I don't have to watch the whole video and figure out what's going to go where. I can just go roughly to that point and think, oh, okay, I've put a marker there. I must have put it there for a reason. Let me rewind back a few frames to see what B-roll I was thinking of putting in there. So usually what I do is as I go along doing my A-roll, I'm also marking points where I want to be adding B-roll. I didn't do it for this because it would have complicated it, but I'm just doing it. I'm showing you now because that it's another way of saving time, and it's all about saving time. It's all about efficiently doing the editing, because this is like the not very fun part about being a YouTuber. But yeah, that was the marker technique. Let's now move on to figuring out how to add B-roll in. This is so exciting.